Let's get started. Every time I turn around, I read something or I'm on the internet or something, everybody's talking about traditional versus modern families. Or traditional women versus modern women and things like that. After seeing it so many times, I was like, I have my version of what I consider to be now the modern family. Not for everybody, but for too many people. About 70% of homes are ran by females. That's like in our community for sure. Yeah. So here's the way I see it. Starts off, you got a man and a woman. They together, they doing their thing, they grooving. Cool. They have like 3 kids. Usually not shortly after that. Could last for a little while, maybe shortly after that, something happens where they break up. The man usually picks up with a European woman.
Or a younger model.
Or a younger model that only eats vegan, grown from the home that she lives in that was gentrified on the west side of any town USA. In America. Now you got the woman who's left to rear the 3 kids. Now, let's say she does it somewhat successfully. We'll give her 2 girls and a boy. First child, oldest one is a girl. Goes on, HBCU, advanced degree, runs a podcast. I Don't Need No Man Never. There's also a book. The next child, middle child, girl, she decides to have kids early. She's doing the best they can. Third kid, the boy. This is the genius. Because he's managed to see the benefits and the strength of being a son husband. He ain't going nowhere. He's the cat that's 31 years old when you bring her home. He's the one looking at you like, what you doing here? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now the kids are grown. She decides it's time for her to get in the dating world. Because in her mind, men have been waiting for her. We've been waiting for her. You know what I mean? When are you going to come out? We've been waiting. We're going to put you ahead of all these other women that have been waiting for years. She gets on the dating sites. She maybe like do like 5 or 6 different sites. You know what I mean? She creates a profile that mirrors the same profile as a 22-year-old woman with no children and a firm body just because. Now 3 kids and all. So she goes through the cycle of the dating site, the online dating sites, and lets everybody know what she wants, what she needs. And how, like I said, she's Diana Ross. She's like, she's coming out. She came out. She wants the world to know. You know what I mean? She got to let it show. She got to let it show. So after 10 years of this, she's tired of it because men are narcissistic. They're no good. And they don't appreciate her value. So she goes to the shelter. It's the prettiest dog she could find. They do their thing, and she dies alone. Did I miss anything?
You missed the part where she spews the hate that she's feeling towards men that don't want her. That's the part you missed.
And why don't they want her?
She's old.
But if you ask her to rate herself, what would she say in unison?
10.
She's a 10.
Gotta be, because she's
a 10.
If she's modest, she's an 8.
And she has not lost any value. Why? Why is it she has lost no value?
Because she's her.
Go ahead, John, give it up.
No, I mean, I don't. I mean, I've always been on the side of. It seems like most of those young ladies feel like it's the man that's the problem. It's just the fact that we keep, It's we don't this or we don't have enough that, because and they got everything. So, it's hard to measure somebody, if you already got everything. You got everything, you don't need nothing, right? And there's a whole emotional side of, I guess when I meet women, it's like, so what you got for me? I mean, what do you have? I mean, I see you have a lot of nice things. I got some things too. What do you got? You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times they don't know what to really give. They don't know that in a relationship you're supposed to give something too, and we got to give everything. So I don't know, man. I see it a lot, and it's unfortunate. But the shelters are always looking for people to adopt something small and furry.
So she's disappointed that we didn't
get
get
the comfort.
She's disappointed that we didn't get text messages with her profile of a list of all the things she wants.
Well, I guess the problem is the profiles of things that she wants, not what she has to offer. And I think a lot of times there's a difference in that. People looking for what they can get out of it versus what they can give. And they realize they ain't trying to give up nothing. They've been alone so long, they don't want to give up nothing anyway. So
I'm assuming this is a failed plan from the get-go.
Yeah, it's like a Larry Cannon offense, dude. It really is. Failed plan.
So that's my thing of what's going on from a modern standpoint. I think traditionally,
a lot of short passes.
Yeah, I think traditionally we could pretty much forget about. I think there's some traditional things going on, but not to the degree. And you see it in the kids. You see it how the kids grow up and everything. I mean, heaven forbid, you watch the news or anything like that. For me personally, this is a result of all these things in each generation. It gets worse, you know what I mean, and worse and worse. I think it was Ice Cube said, can't enjoy ourselves,
What traditions do we have anymore, though? I mean, what?
Good question.
What happened to traditions? I mean, we don't have traditions anymore. I mean, family traditions have changed, if there are any. I mean, look, we got Thanksgiving coming up, right? Are people worried about being around family? Or are they more worried about, getting to Walmart at, 4 or 5 in the morning to get that TV, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you look at those traditions, but you look at a family tradition, you look at, you got brothers out here telling people they can have 10 babies with 5, 6 moms, and that's the way to go to spread
and they don't
the
run out of
seed.
moms.
And there's never a shortage as long as you got a monthly plan that's gonna be in that account. We can have as many moms as you want. Put a few zeros at the end of that, and we good. And that's a shame. But traditionally, I mean, we just don't traditional. You can't have anything traditional when people have changed. Women are doing more than men. And I always tell a woman, I'm like, you want a traditional man, you want a man to do all these things. Well, guess what? That's what y'all always wanted. We kind of always wanted something too, but we're not getting that. So at the same time, it's like I'm just happy when I find a woman that can cook something.
I think most of them could cook. I think for me the question is, will they cook?
I'm just saying. I've been the one bringing out the meals. Ooh, look at that! I'm like, yeah, look at that. What you got?
It's called cooking.
Yes.
You go into the kitchen, break out some pots and pans.
Wow.
Apply ingredients.
Wow.
And mix it up.
Wow.
Voila.
We ain't talking about HelloFresh. We ain't talking about HelloFresh. We talking about did you go to the supermarket and pick up these ingredients?
So my question now is, okay, so you meet Supermom. You see the profile. You swipe right. It's a match. I don't think you've ever done this before.
No, I don't know nothing about it.
I'm going to walk you through.
Wait, here's the thing. I don't.
I don't know before either. I want to hear this.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause, I don't do computer love.
Computer love.
Talking about my views.
Hey!
Walk us through the swipe. I say it all the time. I see people doing that swipe. What's the swipe?
All right, I'm going to drop you with some statistics. Dang, I can't talk today.
Just say stats.
They say, like, if you swipe right, that means you're interested in the person. You swipe left, that means you're not. They say men swipe an average of roughly about 50% of the time. They say women, it's about an average of 5. without holding your hand, would anybody like to guess why women swipe so less frequently?
Which way are they swiping?
Left.
That's the bad part, right?
That's the bad part.
Oh, I know why.
Okay, you over there in the back row.
Oh, pick me.
They judge the profile, and unfortunately, they look to see what they can get. If they can't get much, they swipe. You know,
Like you saying, the picture's nice,
but
but if the job and the
perfect example, there was this thing on YouTube where they used a Kevin Hart safe word pineapples, and this guy in the Navy was on. He was some type of engineer, and this woman, she swiped left. She said pineapples on him. This dude had a career, endless career for at least 20 years, and she was saying that there wasn't a connection. She didn't feel anything. I'm like, you're on a YouTube show. What are you supposed to feel? You know, I mean, like, so the question is, they don't know what they want.
I think they do. I'll give you an example.
Well, what I mean, this is what I mean. They want Pookies and Ray Rays. They don't want, because they want the excitement of having to figure out what his fool is every day, who he's driving in her car, and why he's getting money from her and spending it on who.
What if he's the killer? How do we weigh that against all these other things? That we
Well,
want? Does that?
Well,
does that tip the scales
if you
over?
think about it, if he's the killer, he's more exciting than the guy who would take her out to a movie and buy her dinner, but not from where she wants to go to dinner, even though she can't afford to go her damn self. You know what I mean?
Because the killer's exciting dude.
Exactly.
He's like one of the most. You know what I mean?
Because if you look at the killers in movies, they're exciting. They give you dialogue.
Well, they got their own music.
Yeah.
If you don't hear the music,
You know you ain't getting killed.
you know what I mean?
So she's like, this motherfucker right here, man. He got all them knives and stuff. They know, here comes the music. Okay, now it's getting good. Okay.
Because you serve the food, and for some reason, he still got to go back in the kitchen. And it's hard. You can kill somebody with a butter knife, but it's a lot more work.
Yeah.
All right, so now this woman, she's on the site. She's doing her thing. She's got her list. You meet her. Everything's cool. She tells you she wants you to wait.
For what?
Intimacy.
Well,
Now, granted, we are childless.
true. But
And granted, we have a man living in our home who doubles as our son and as our husband.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The man who is willing to wait
Okay.
is the man that she doesn't want. I'm gonna say it again.
Elaborate.
The man who is willing to wait
Okay.
is the guy. Okay, there's 12 months in the year.
Right.
This guy might get sex between 6 to 12 times a year. So,
That's
so
yeah, I know where you're
so
going.
if you average that out, what's he losing? Now, there's 52 weeks in a year.
So if you're in the self-help program, what's the difference?
Exactly. So if the guy is hitting something at least once a week, what is he waiting for? And the women want the guy who's out there at least once a week.
And that's what they say too. Like the 5% that they want is the ones that they all want. You know what I mean? Like they all want the same cats.
Okay.
What?
Because that happened to me.
Oh, story
Oh.
time! Story time.
Okay.
Sit up straight.
How much time do we have?
Here. Let's take it to church. Take your time, buddy. Take your time.
Okay. I was working at a bank, and there was two big departments and a common kitchen in the middle. I'm in the kitchen grabbing a water bottle. This woman walks through the door. The legs were ping and pow. Mini skirt, fishnets. I looked at her up, dropped my water bottle. She giggled. I said, oh, this is it.
Oh,
She's got to be it.
Oh, yeah.
So this went on for quite some time. She was with another, as they say. Learned a little about her. She proceeds to tell me that she has a girlfriend who got married, but before nuptials, the girlfriend made the groom to be wait. I said, no, he didn't. She said, yes, you did. I said, no, he didn't. I said, if he waited between someone else's legs, because guys ain't waiting. Yes, you do. Okay, I'm done talking about it.
So in her mind, she was able to make this guy do the Steve Harvey 90-day rule, which he confesses he learned from working on a job where they put you on 90-day probation. Mm-hmm. He equated that with a relationship, which in theory is good, but in reality, he's got to be sleeping with somebody else for 90 days.
Okay, now, she calls me and she's saying that goes about she's not feeling, I guess for lack of a better term, the love that she wants to feel or feeling good about herself. I'm like, oh yes, this is it. I'm in like Flynn, right?
That's your side.
Yeah, I'm at my desk. I'm like this on it. You know what I mean? I'm like posting up. You know what I mean? I got the Reggie Miller three-pointer going on, right? And she's like, well, we can do this, we can do that. Yeah. She said, but no sex till marriage. I'm thinking to myself, you got 2 kids. You ain't been married yet, but I'm gonna wait. She said, is that a problem? I said, no. Hung with the phone and talked to her again. You know what I mean?
Did you explain to her that she was not what some people may call a virgin?
Or, to be nicer, I could have said, you're not fresh. You're not fresh. Exciting. No,
It's all a game. It's a game.
Yeah, and I love board games. But that's a game I'm not playing. You know, why am I going to spend time? Why am I? Look, because here's my question that these women have to ask themselves. I can spend time with you and not have sex, or I cannot spend time with you and not have as much sex with you. So, where's the win?